Hey there, how are you doing? All right, welcome. If you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Gailyn. I go by Chef Gailyn. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist and I'm a dietary health coach. And I'm so excited to have you here on this episode. I'm also known as of late as the Savvy Chef. So I'm all about the wear and share of the fitness clothing, right? How cute, love it. Okay, so today I wanted to talk to you all about a very important topic, and it's all about writing things down. I'm also going to add to this, not just writing things down, but writing things down that you want to manifest, that you want to see unfold, and also taking the boldness of telling people. Okay, I would kind of say, well, be careful who you say, be careful who you mention it to. There's always the naysayers out there. Unfortunately, those who love us the most, right, tend to be the ones that are more opposed to our dreams and goals and our aspirations, only because they love us and they do not want to see us fail. So I will have to say, in this episode, I'm doing something different. November 1st hit yesterday, and the theme of the company I'm involved in now is November is just November is like a time to remember. November is a time to remember. And I just kind of felt with my own self, let me just get this out. I say when you limit yourself to anybody or anything, or you're like, I'm not going to share that with that person, that's putting full judgment on whether they're worth hearing what you have to say or not. Do you know what I'm saying? So the reason I'm saying this, I feel like this comes from, so you all know that I'm single, right? So I remember when I was on Tinder. So I'm not on Tinder anymore, but anyway, only because they sent me to Tinder jail 3 times, and so now I'm like annexed from Tinder. Okay, and the reason why is because I started dating several different people, and people would always be like, well, what is your type? And I'm like, I realized I just did not have a type. I didn't have a type. I literally am drawn to someone's heart, to someone's spirit. Like, I totally am. It doesn't matter the age, the ethnic background, what they do, where they come from. It's all about the way they make me feel, like, period. So I literally was like, I don't even know, like this guy is gonna have to come and find me. So I swiped right over 7,000 times on Tinder. Well, Tinder thought obviously I was a robot because it took me 5 days and they put me in Tinder jail. And then when I got let out, like I had another scenario happen. I got sent back into Tinder jail. Anyway, so my point is that sometimes we think too much, and then what happens is we end up limiting ourselves. Okay, and who are we to say, oh, you look good for this company, but you don't? I mean, hello, like who says that? Like, I'm in the health and wellness field as far as my Kefir product line. So I have like a kefir line, like kefir, it's a probiotic. Like, I'm really going to go around, look at all 6 billion people on the face of the earth and be like, no, you don't look like someone who's going to take, kefir. Like, you look like someone who doesn't care about like your digestive system. No, that is so wrong. I don't know. In my head, I'm like, that is so wrong, right? So I just say, no matter what you're involved in, you just put it out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just put it out there and just trust that God and the universe is going to bring you the right people to you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to say that. So take it for as you will, but I just encourage you that whatever kind of field you are in, as far as your message in this world or your work or whatever you're doing, like, don't limit yourself on like a cookie cutter look of what would be in, you know, in that. I think it's so wrong. I don't know, because we're all spiritual beings, right? So, you know, everything's an energy. Okay, what you see on the outside, this is just a shell of what's in my soul, right? So who am I to look at someone's shell and be like, oh yeah, you deserve that, or you don't deserve that? Like, I like, no. Okay, very interesting. I mean, of course there's some things out there, like, I mean, you know, you don't want like this small little tiny girl, like, you know, me personally, like sent off to war, and like they're, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about just on the simple part of things. I'm just talking about, you know, branding things like that, right? Okay. So, okay, so writing things down, the power of writing things down. So anyway, in my book that I wrote, The Divinely Inspired Action, Reprogramming Your Subconscious Mind for a Great Purpose, I have a chapter in here all about like taking responsibility. And why it's so important to write things down is because what happens when you write things down, number one, it goes into your mind 20% stronger, okay? And then every time you look at it, it literally embeds inside your spirit more and more and more. Okay, so my girls know that I love to write things down, and I'm totally all about the journal. So that's why I have this little guy here that they got me for my birthday. And it's very, very, very important, because when you write things down, like everything starts with a thought. Okay, so once you start writing things down, then what you can do, I left my vision boards at a different house, but then it can turn into a vision board, and then you can start really manifesting what you're looking for and what you really want. And also too, when you start writing things down, it actually, what it does is it makes you see how much you really want it, or if you even really do want it. Like sometimes we constantly say like, oh, I want to, like I want my own house, I want my own house, I want to live over here. But then when the opportunity, when you actually write it down, you're like, you know what, I actually would rather travel the world. I would rather get like a Winnebago, is that what you call them? And just travel the world. Like I really just I don't want a stationary home right over here. Like I really don't want that. You know what I mean? And like sometimes I think about that in the journey that I'm on right now, because I'm involved in like in a company where you get residual income, the whole network marketing thing. And I was like, I mean, you know, you hear about it for years, but I've always owned restaurants, right? And I remember when this opportunity opened up again to open up my 5th restaurant, I kept hitting resistance. And then I started thinking, well, you know, I take responsibility for my life. So what you put out is what you attract. So I was like, is that really what I want? Do I really want my own restaurant again? At this point in life, having a 3-year-old with special needs, and then two teenage girls, and then a single mom, is that really what I want? Do I really want to be in a restaurant 24/7, even though I love it, you know, like you know, just going buck wild? It's like no. And the only reason I know that is because that didn't unfold for this season of my life. So right now in this season of my life, I've been really successful in this company that I just joined. Like I literally just joined it 6 weeks ago, knew nothing about it. I'm on the top of the leaderboard. I already have 23 reps under me. You know what I mean? And I'm having so much fun. I'm literally having a blast. You know what I'm saying? So I just say, like, sometimes we have in our head, like, well, this is what we do. Like, this is what we do. This is my identity. This is what we do. But then once you start writing it down, it's like, wait, do I really want to do that right now in my life? Not that I never will, or that I won't ever have a 5th restaurant or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that you think of the here and now, because you literally cannot manifest something that your spirit really doesn't want. So you might be asking yourself like, oh my goodness, I really I manifest trips all around the world. I've been all around the world in the most incredible situations. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether it's like ministry work or 5-star luxury travel or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? But I have like always wanted to go to Paris during Christmas, you know, during Christmas Eve. but it's never unfolded, because if I was to be honest with myself, like, I imagine it with a love. Do you know what I mean? And for some reason around the Christmas season, I'm not like in a relationship. So it's like I'd have to take my kids, which would be fun. I mean, it's still fun, but I kind of think it'd be more romantic. I don't know, Paris, Christmas, like you kind of want like a love, right? Like, oh my goodness. I know I spent like a few months in Italy, or not Italy. Well, I did go to Italy, but in Ireland. And whenever anyone talks about going to Ireland, that's the one thing I say, oh my goodness, I went to Ireland when I was single, okay, for a few months. And that is the most romantic. It's so romantic. I mean, we did a lot of hiking, a lot of outdoor stuff, but it's like the ruins, like the castle ruins and all like the poetry. And it's like all kind of like misty. And like, so I always recommend, like, if you're going to go to Ireland, like, I would recommend going with a love. So anyway, so sometimes we don't manifest certain things because really in our spirit, that's not really what we want. So when we write it down, and there's even more power when you actually speak it out, when you speak it out to people. Do you know what I mean? Like when I joined Savvy, I wanted to get 100 reps under me by my birthday. Well, I would have only been in the company for 4 weeks. Well, still, I mean, we can put a man on the moon. Like, I can figure this out. Like, really? Okay, well, that didn't happen, but still I put it out there. Like, I was brave enough to let the world know that I had these dreams, these goals, these aspirations, you know. And a lot of us don't even verbalize them because then we feel like a failure if it doesn't happen. And I mean, I'm way past that. I am like the queen of entrepreneur. I've had my successes, but I have also crashed and burned. Oh, I've had my ups and downs. So at this point in the game, I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So people that there's a lot of people out there like eating their popcorn, watching me like a movie, like, oh, what is she doing now? What is she doing now? Right? And I say, watch, you know, watch and be inspired, you know, right? It's all a journey. And it's not about just getting to the goal, like getting to what you're manifesting. It's enjoying the journey getting there. Okay? Because once you're there, you're always going to have like something else that you're going to want to desire, right? All right, and writing things down. So this is what I wanted to talk about right here. So every thought you release becomes a permanent part of your character. Okay, so really just be careful of everything that you put into your mind. All right, you all should be proud of me. Listen, I'm literally timing myself because I try not to go over 15 minutes. And the last few times I've been with you all, I've literally gone hours, to the point where I can't even repost it on any of the other formats because it's way too long. I just get excited when I get on here with you guys, like, there's so much I want to share. Okay, so that's a quote by Napoleon Hill. Okay, so number one, this is what I want to say. When you write things down or you share your dreams and aspirations with other people, what it does is it holds yourself accountable. You take responsibility for it, whether it happens or doesn't happen, whether it takes a minute to unfold or literally 10, 15, 20 years to unfold, okay? Once you know that you're the one taking responsibility for it, there's so much more freedom in it because you have taken hold of the power. So don't put blame on others. Don't say like, I can't get this done. I used to do this all the time with my kids. I can't get this done because of my children. There are ways there. That's why I do my prayer, my meditation, my quiet time every morning, because I say, though I'm a very busy mama and I'm already running these businesses, this new business, I just really want to crush super fast. And I just pray, I say, God, Holy Spirit, just give me those unique, creative ways to be able to get this done, running these 3 other businesses with these 3 other children as a single mom. Like, I know it's possible. Like, just break those barriers and know it's possible. Like get into that space where circumstances do not matter. Okay? And the only way you can do that is quit putting blame on others, on circumstances, on this, on that. Like, just grab a hold of it. Like, you freaking own it. You know what I mean? Right? Okay. And then the second thing is that I wanted to talk about is believing that you can do it. 100% believing that you can do it. And also with taking responsibility is deciding 100% that you're the force that's going to make it happen. You're going to make it happen. You're not going to be like, oh, well, like something like, okay, let me think of an example. Knowing that you're the one that's going to make it happen gets you into this energy of you're the only one on the face of the earth. Like you're the only one that's in that boat paddling to the other side of the ocean to get to that island. Okay? You're the only one. There's no one else in that boat. Okay? Now you can hire people to jump on the boat with you to help you paddle. Okay? Everyone has their thing, right? I mean, but you're the head of the boat. Like you are the head of that ship. Okay? Not even a ship. You only have oars. Okay? But you can hire on like oar masters. Is that a thing? I don't know. But like you can hire on, or you can creatively figure out a way to get there. You know what I mean? You can do it. Like I promise you all, if we can put a man on the moon, okay? Like your dreams can happen. And it all starts with writing it down, sketching it out, believing, and not putting blame on other reasons or circumstances why it cannot happen. I have seen the most powerful things happen in this world, okay, by people who literally had no business, if you were to see like a circumstance that they came from, for that to even happen. But because they took responsibility and they said, yes, I can make this happen. I'm not going to let I'm going to quiet my mind. I'm not going to let outside forces come in and literally, it's like silent. Okay? Trust. And know your number one superpower is you, the way God made you. And a lot of times people sit there and this is another big thing. It's like, oh, well, someone else is already doing that. Okay. Or there's already a million people doing this or that. Like, oh, like I'm really going to make it on whatever Shark Tank, you know? They already get like 160,000 submissions a year or a month or something. If you limit yourself on anything, like of course it's not going to happen. Like what you give your attention to is what unfolds. So it's staying in a high vibration. Okay, immediately you wake up, you need to train your mind to literally only see happiness and gratefulness. Because if you wake up, even in the morning, first thing, if your mind is triggered to something negative, do you know how much harder that is to get out of the rest of the day than to making a habit of waking up and being like, all things happy, let's do it. You know what I mean? And stay in that high vibration. Like I'm going to make sure I'm going to make a difference in the world today. I'm going to smile. I'm going to be happy. You feel the chaos around you with all the kids. You're just trying to get them out the door. Everyone's running late. I mean, issues all over the place. It's like, no, I've already centered myself, right? I'm not going to wobble. I'm anchored, right? I have these roots deeply into the ground, because I woke up that way, and I'm not going to waver. You know, it's like every minute of our day counts. And are you going to spend it happy? Or are you going to spend it sad? Are you going to spend it thinking of circumstances that are negative? Or are you going to take responsibility and be like, I'm done, okay? I'm going to make this happen, right? I've got things to do, right? I have dreams that are going to unfold. It's just making that decision and then knowing in your soul, you can do it. All right, I love you all. If this video has helped you and you're on YouTube, just go ahead and smash the button and share it. If you all need help with anything, just contact me. I've got tons of information underneath with all of my contact information. I love you all, heart, soul, mind, spirit, and trust me, you can do it.